So this class, first of all, I'll just give you a brief rundown. So it's only 30 minutes long. And it's suggested that you can use this to tie it in, this type of class. You can use it as a finisher for any other workout. It's a great way to just make sure that you get a good stretch. But also the first portion is mobility. So it's going to focus on the joints and making sure we're gaining mobility where we can. Then from mobility, we're going to go into stability, which equals strength. So we'll end up, that's where you might feel it a little bit more, is in that middle section when we're working on stability. You might feel, you might build up a little sweat. You might surprise yourself. I surprised myself. I was like, oh, this is hard when I was trying it out. Then flexibility is the third section. And so we'll, really lengthen out and get a good stretch with all of our muscles, all of our body. Okay, so also before we get started, thank you so much for joining me. The little gift that I have for everybody is a TheraBand. We're not going to use this in today's mind class, but in future classes, we might use this just to help us get a little bit more of a stretch, or maybe help us with some of our balance, things like that. So the TheraBands are a little bit different than the resistance bands that are the long tube with the handles, because they're flat. Sometimes they help, to press a larger portion against a body part. So I'm sending you all a TheraBand. So I just need to make sure I get everybody's addresses. I think all of you that are on here, I think I can follow up through email just to make sure I have your address, or feel free to send it to me without even me asking you. Have water close by. You can use a yoga block or even something like a small stool, so that if we're reaching for the floor and you can't quite get to the floor, you can have something a little higher, or even a chair. You might want to have a chair close by. Everybody's body is different. Abilities and flexibilities, mobilities, they're all different. So feel free to have whatever you need to make it work for you. So it's going to start off nice and easy. There we go. We're going to take our arms up, fan the arms up, and then you're going to press the palms down, take them right by your side. It's a little hinge down to the knees, hands down to the knees, and then come back up. I had my feet too close. Take your feet about hip distance apart. Fan it up once again. Take the arms down, hinge at the hips, reach down to the knees, and then stand up tall. Just keep flowing through this. Go at whatever speed feels comfortable for you. Keep this nice long posture from the top of your head down through your hips, so that even when you're hinging, you're keeping that flat, straight line. Arms up. In a few seconds, we're going to go into a big X. We're going to take our feet a little bit wider. Take your body out into the shape of an X. Just start to rotate side to side. Keep your eyes and your chest facing the same direction. So as the chest twists, so does the head. As the chest moves, the eyes move. As you get warmed up into this, lift up your back foot and twist a little deeper. Keep the shoulders down and relaxed. Then if you really want to get a deeper stretch, bring this arm across to the opposite shoulder as one arm reaches behind. Lifting up that back foot as you rotate. And you can go at whatever speed works for you. If you start to feel dizzy, just slow it down. Good, we have a few more seconds of this. Then we're going to keep our legs wide. Toes come out slightly. Take your hands to the side. We're just going to reach down towards the knees and stand up tall. Reach down towards the knees. So we're getting into a side bend. Bringing more mobilization to the spine. A big emphasis in all of this is the spine and keeping the spine limber, mobile. If you would like to increase this, reach one arm up overhead, drop it down, reach the other arm up overhead. And I'll say this at least a couple more times, go at your own pace. You can be going slower than me, or you can be going quicker. We have about 5 more seconds of this move. Then we're going to move into a spine roll, keeping the legs out nice and wide. This is where you might need a block or a step in front of you. Keep the toes pointed out. Reach the fingertips down to the floor. First, tuck the head, roll down, touch, and then squeeze through the back of the legs as you roll up. Think about your spine like a bike chain. So first you tuck your chin, and then link by link, you're rolling down, reaching for the floor, and then roll up. Now, if you can reach the fingertips to the floor easily, try to go to your knuckles. Pull the fingertips in, reach to touch the knuckles, and then roll it up. Keep the shoulders down. One more time. We have about 10 more seconds. Maybe you can come to a flat palm, hold for a moment, feel that stretch down the back of the legs, and roll all the way up. Good. Let's move on to our next one. We're going to have our toes out again, feet are wide. Open the arms back so that you stretch through the chest. Just a moment, I need to let someone in. Then we're going to go into a lateral lunge. So from our arms wide, then bring them into the chest, shift over into the right leg, stand up tall, open through the chest, hands to the chest, lateral lunge to the left. Keep going through that motion. Every time you reach a little further, hands back to the chest. Now when you lunge, every time, get a little bit deeper into that lunge. If I were to look at you sideways, it should be almost like you were in a squat. So when you go to the side, the booty goes back, keeping that front knee or the knee over the ankle as much as possible. Now we're going to bring the feet together. I'll turn sideways in a moment. We're going to go into a rear lunge. So you're going to step one foot back, lift the arms up, step together. Again, both arms swing up, one leg back. So let me show you different degrees. Keep going. You can just make this small right here. Or as you get warm, I'm feeling wobbly, take a bigger step back, reach the arms back behind the ears, and then stand up tall. You can even drop that knee to the floor, rest it on the floor, and then drive it up. Everybody is at their own level. If you can, pause here and just feel those arms reach back, then stand up tall. No need to rush. Let's move into a squat. We're gonna have our feet a little bit, not so wide, just about shoulder width apart. We're going to reach the arms up, pull the elbows down. Now incorporate a squat. As you pull the elbows down, sink down into a squat. Reach up, squeezing into the lats. Lats are this muscle just under your armpit. And everybody's squat might look a little bit different. If you can get down to about parallel to the floor, that's great. But maybe you need to even grab a chair and hold on to a chair as you squat down. Make it work for you. Keep the breath flowing. 3 more seconds here. We're gonna move on to our next one. We're gonna come down into a squat. So you might need the little yoga block or the step here, or you might just have your hands on the inside of your knees. We're going to stay in a squat, reach up one side and then the other 4 times. So here's 3, here's 4. Then we're gonna come up tall, bring the hands to the chest. Do it again. Come down into a squat, whatever level is good for you. Reach up. 1, 2, 3, 4, or maybe those 4 twists, that's a little too much. Just do 2 twists. Come down, twist once on each side. We only have a few more seconds here. And then come up. So you don't have to twist 4 times. We're going to stay down into this squat. If you can take your knees or your elbows in between your knees, hold them right there. Then we're going to straighten the legs and bend. Oh, it feels good for the backs of the legs, the hamstrings. Again, if you need a chair here, you can squat and then straighten the legs. You can even come down onto your elbows. All right, good. We have about 20 more seconds here, or your elbows are between your knees, straightening, bending. When your legs are extended, take your eyes towards the floor. When you're in a squat, take your eyes straight ahead, chest is lifted. Good, and bring it back up, roll up through the spine. Our next move is our inchworm. We're going to walk our hands down and come out into a plank. If you need, you can have your hands on a chair. When you're in a plank, you're looking down at the floor straight below you. Then you're going to take your gaze towards your shins as you walk your feet in, then walk your feet out. So our hands are not going to move through this. We're just walking our feet in, hold for a beat, and then walk the feet out. You might only be able to take a couple little steps and you want to hold, or maybe you can walk your feet all the way into your hands. We have about 8 more seconds, so you can probably get in 1 more inchworm. We're going to start moving into our stability section. So bring the feet up towards the hands, round through the back, roll it up. Good job. If you would like to grab a drink, you have about 10 seconds to do it. Or just come right in. No, you can really take a drink anytime you want. Please stay hydrated. This next one is a little bit tricky. It's called hip cars. Stabilize in one foot. You can hold onto a chair if you need. We're going to lift the knee straight up, rotate it out to the side, then turn the knee down as the foot reaches behind us, close the knee in, switch your legs, knee up, turn it out to the side, internally rotate the hip, send the knee down, switch legs, knee up, take it out to the side, internally rotate the hip, knee to knee, switch legs, knee up. It takes a bit of practice, takes a little bit of figuring out. Turn the knee forward, foot goes back, close the knees. I'm gonna pause this for just a second because I cut into it. Let's try it 1 more on each side. Lift one knee, turn the knee out, rotate the knee forward, foot reaches back, close the knee to the knee. 1 more on this side, up, take the knee out, rotate it, send the knee to the knee. Good job. Next one is a balance to crane. So you're going to, actually we're going to stabilize on our right leg first. So lift up your left knee, right arm up, opposite hand to opposite knee comes up, hold, and then very slowly and carefully, you're going to take this leg behind you and switch arms. So your left arm reaches front as your left foot reaches back, and then come upright. If you need to tap your foot on the floor, tap, and then lift it up again. Here's from the side. Knee up, arm up. Plant that right foot into the floor. Switch your arms as your leg goes from the front to the back. And then just bring it back up. You have 10 more seconds, but take your time. Don't ever feel rushed. We're going to do this on the other side as well. Come up nice and tall. Set that left leg down. We're going to balance on the left leg now. Bring the right knee up, left arm up. Hold for a moment. Make sure you have your balance. Now you're going to switch arms as the right leg goes back. Have a chair or a wall close by. If you need to hold on, lift up. Your knee is bent when it's in front, and we're trying to lengthen through the knee when it reaches behind. Right knee up, left arm up. Switch, right arm forward, right foot back. The goal would be to try to get your body in the shape of a T when you're in that crane position. But if you need to be right about here and maybe just hover the leg, just the foot just above the floor, that's fine. Let's try to get in one more. Right and left. All right. Next one is similar to what we just did. Take your right foot down, left leg up. Send your right arm up. I have to think, right, left, right arm up, left leg up. Now, close your eyes. Hold. Oh boy. And take a look. Very good. Now, can you transition with your eyes closed? Open them if you need, or close your eyes. Send that left foot back. Right, left arm up. And then bring that knee front. Take your time. Touch down whenever you need. Open your eyes whenever you need. You have 10 seconds left. We're really playing with our proprioception here. Let's try the other leg. Send your left foot down. Lift the right knee up. Left arm up. Close your eyes and just hold. Open your eyes. Now let's try to move through it with eyes closed. Just a moment. Knee up, eyes closed. Simultaneously switching your arms, right leg up. Oh, I hope your eyes are closed so you're not seeing how much I'm wobbling. And bring it back up to the front. Try to go through that one more time. Start with your right knee up, close the eyes. Send that right foot back as you reach the right arm up. A lot of shaking going on in that left foot. That's okay. Let's come to standing. Great job. Next is called a Hindu squat. So this is a really deep squat. We're going to bring our hands to the chest and then just sink down, elbows between the knees. Good. And then rise up, nice and tall. Raise the arms up. Bring the hands to the chest. Bring the elbows in between the knees if you can. And remember, if you can't go this deep, just go to wherever your range of motion is. Lift the arms up. I'm taking my hands apart slightly when I come up. You can keep them clasped if you would like. And finish that one off. Good job. We're going to bring our right foot front. I'm just going to bring mine off the mat. You can turn onto your length of your mat if you would like. Right foot front, and we're going to drop this left hand, reaching the right arm up. Let me back it up a little so you can see me. So you want to take your gaze up to that right hand if you can. Right foot in front. Take a nice twist. Now slowly drop this right hand down. Drop that left ankle, straighten the front leg. Lift your left arm up. Look up past that top arm. Try to stack your top arm down to your bottom arm. If you need the block or a step, hold it right there. Let's rise up. Hold into a warrior two. So perfect warrior two. Your knee is tracking in line with your front foot. Your knee is bent. Back leg is straight. Heel is down, reaching out front and back. You're looking out over this front hand. Sink down into it. Keep the abs in tight. Pelvis tucked under. Good. Hold right there. We're holding this for a while. The legs are going to start to feel it. That's okay. If you need to step up out of it, take a break, then come back in. Feel free to do so. You have 12 seconds here. Beautiful job. We're going to do the opposite side. Rise up, turn the hips forward, step in together. Keep your left foot in front. Right foot is back. If you need a block or a step, you're going to place your right hand down on that, or bring it all the way to the floor. Lift this left arm up and just hold here. Think about pressing up through the back of this right knee. Now let's drop this left hand down just to the inside of the left foot. Open up. Reach that right arm up. Now straighten the front leg. We're going to go into triangle. So legs are both straight, back leg and front leg. Your hand is down wherever you can reach. Keep the back nice and flat. Good. You can look up towards this top hand. Oh, feel everything strong, everything tightening up. Now, think about this top arm pulling back. We want to square the chest. If I were facing you right on, I'm trying to turn my chest towards you. Now we're going to bend that front leg and lift our arms up, coming into that warrior two. Left leg is bent. You're going to look out over your front fingers. Hold your back. Heel is down, and just breathe. Good. Feel the strength in those legs. You have 8 seconds left. From here, we're going into another inchworm, but this time our hands are going to move rather than our feet. So drop the arms, step the feet together. We're going to roll down the spine and then walk the hands out. So tuck the chin, roll it down, walk it out, or you can just place your hands on a chair and do the feet, walking the feet just like we did the first time. Hold for a beat and then walk the hands back in. Tailbone reaches up to the sky, round through the back as you roll it up. And again. Squeeze the glutes as you reach out into that plank. Go as quick or as slow as you can. One more time. We're going to transition into our flexibility section. So we have just a few seconds here if you want to go ahead and grab a quick drink. We're going to come into a down dog, and actually I'm going to move this down because we are going to be pretty much down on the lower, down towards the mat a little bit more now. So in the down dog, sorry, just a minute, I'm gonna back it up here. Okay, there we go. So coming into a down dog, we'll start feet are about hip distance apart. Roll down, walk the hands out. Then once the shoulders are over the wrists, just send the hips back up, trying to reach the heels down. Take your ears in between your biceps. Now rise up onto the tiptoes, onto the balls of the feet. Lower that down. Then your chest comes forward as your knees drop towards the floor. They can touch or they can hover, and then come back into a down dog. Rise up onto tiptoes. Lower that down. Chest reaches forward as you come to a crouching down dog. Come into a down dog. Rise up on the toes. Lower the heels. Crouch. So we're getting into the flexibility of the foot and the calves. Next one is a child's pose. So we're going to widen the knees, bring the feet in a little bit, sink back into a child's pose. Drop your forehead down to the mat. Now, keeping the knees where they are, we're going to reach the chest forward, the hips lengthen out, nice and straight, and then we're just going to rise up. Chest rises up, look straight ahead, and then reach back. Elbows can drop to the mat, then come forward again. Just roll through this a couple times. Feel a nice stretch through the hip flexors.
Cat to cow.
Now we're going to come up to a neutral spine. Shoulders are over the wrists, knees are under the hips. We're going to arch through the back, lift the tailbone up, look straight ahead, get a nice curve through the lower back. Then exhale, round through the back, drop the chin. Lift the belly button up to the spine, round as much as you can, sending the center of the back up to the ceiling. And then roll through it in the opposite direction. Just keep rolling through it at your own pace. Press the floor away as you go into cat. You're pressing the tops of your feet into the mat. You have a few more seconds here. Try to get in one more. Good. Then soon we'll come to a neutral spine. We're going to keep the knees right where they are. Send this right hand forward just a little bit. Reach this left arm under and through. You're going to rest the side of your face and your left shoulder on the mat. You can keep that bum sticking up in the air. I love this one. To deepen the stretch, you can push into this hand on the mat. Feel a nice stretch down the back. Good. Hold here a few more seconds. And rising up. Good. We're going to place the left hand down, reach the right hand under. Rest there. On your right shoulder and the side of your head.
Angled child's pose.
Good. And coming up, place the hands under the shoulders once again. Okay. Okay, now we're going to take our right hand up, take it across to the other side, and now shift back into a child's pose, and you'll feel a nice stretch down these lats. If you can, drop the elbow down of this right arm. Feel that stretch deepen. Let's rise it up. Take that right hand directly under the right shoulder. Take the left hand up, cross it over above those right fingertips, and sink back into a child's pose and hold. Drop that elbow down if you can.
Chin and chest.
And coming up. Now this is one that I fear might be tricky for some of you that have knee problems, so be very careful. We're going to stretch our shins by sitting basically right on our heels, so your shins are under your legs. If that doesn't work for you, if you have a couch or something that you can just come, you can hook your feet under a couch and just let that pull down to get a stretch through the shins. But the movement in the mind workout, the design is to be just right on top of your legs, flatten your feet underneath you. Get that nice stretch, lean back slightly, and we're also going to incorporate a chest stretch. So if you don't want to worry about the shins, just do the chest stretch. We're going to reach out and then hands together. Reach out and hands together. Do that a couple more times. I'm just going to pause us because I took a little bit too much time explaining that. And just reach out, stretch through the chest, fingers can reach behind. We'll do it one more time. Our next one is Pigeon, one of my personal favorites. All right, I'll get us back on our timer. So from here, you can just rise up, bring this front knee in front. You can keep this back knee down if you like. You're going to take your hands down, then walk. Oh, maybe you can't see my foot actually. Then you're just going to walk this right foot over in front of your left hand. Take the back knee out. We're going to keep it at a 90-degree angle, okay? So sometimes in Pigeon, we keep that back leg straight. Today, we're gonna keep it at a 90-degree angle. And then, if you would like, you can walk your hands out and fold over this way, or you can keep it up right here. You feel a nice stretch in that hip flexor. Good.
To seated hand.
Now you're going to bring your front knee in towards your leg, bend this back heel in, place your right hand flat onto the floor, left arm is going to reach up and you're going to press your hips forward towards me, flare the palm out up towards the ceiling or towards the sky, and then open through the armpit. Take that nice stretch. We're going to come down out of that just for a moment. Good. And then do it again. Drive that right hand into the floor. Lift the arm up. Press the hips forward. Squeeze the glutes to deepen that stretch. Turn the palm up and then flare out through the armpits. Okay, we're going to come down out of that easily, slowly. Drop that left hand. Let's take that hip flexor stretch on the left side. So first, start with that back knee down, okay? Hands can be here, you're in a low lunge. Then just take this left hand to the outside. Wiggle that left foot towards the right hand. Drop that knee out to the side. Bend this back knee. Sink down. Are you with me? 90-degree angles in both knees. Fold over this front knee. Or you can stay right up here. And then just breathe. We need flexibility through the hips. It gets a nice stretch into the glutes too. Just a few more seconds here. Let's rise up and go into Mermaid. Bring this front foot in a little closer to the leg. Bend this back knee in a little bit more. Left hand flat on the floor. Lift this right arm up as the hips come up. Turn the palm up towards the ceiling. Press the hips towards me. Squeeze the glutes. And now flare open the armpit. Come down out of that just to take a brief rest. Good, reposition if anything doesn't feel right. Left hand on the floor, right arm up, turn the palm up towards the ceiling, hips press forward. It's another one of my favorites. We have about 10 seconds here. Squeeze the glutes, get that mini back bend. And whenever you need to, you can slowly lower, bring the hips down, and sit comfortably. So that's it, you guys. That was our first mind class. That's Mind 101, some of the basic moves of mind. So we will build on those and add to them. I hope you all enjoyed it. Let me see if I can just bring you in real quick. If anybody wants to unmute themselves or.
That was good. It was kind of like yoga, but it was hard.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. It is very similar to yoga. Yeah. Yeah. Did you feel like in the middle, especially, did you get like kind of a workout?
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, I like the stretching a lot, Christy. I can't do the end section because of my hips.
Yeah. I
don't wanna
figured
pop
that.
out, but I can do planks and things that I didn't think I could do. So
Good.
yeah, thank you.
Wonderful. Yes. All right. Thanks. Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Christy.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, Susan.
Johanna.